Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 48 of the Star Chasers Sins of the Mother. Last time, some stuff happened. Last time, we continued the adventures of our Spelljammers, Storm of Stars, Tabaxi Bard, Marley, a Shadar-kai Druid / cleric, Ariel, an Aasmair Paladin / Warlock, and Hester, a Halfling Diviner Wizard. They are in the Shadowfell, dealing with some family drama from Marley's parents, one of whom had been replaced by a shapeshifter. The other one seems to be under the influence of an eye man, and an elder evil named Veja. The crew have decided they need to go to the Raven Queen to try and figure out a little bit more of what is happening. So I will leave you all to it. What do you want to
do? So first, do we want to defrog Reed?
Yes, I believe our first step was to defrog and de-orcasize your brother to see if he has any intelligence whatsoever. It's pretty low. He keeps failing his saving throws. But
lesser defrogs, right?
Lesser defrog?
Depetrifies?
Yes.
I don't think it does. Hold on.
Then it's greater. It's greater then?
That's it. I thought we established this, but we might have been talking out our bones.
Greater.
No,
greater.
I have both spells, so I'll do the depetrifaction. Now, are we ready? Everybody brace yourself.
Okay, let's make sure we're in a different room than my mom.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. Whoops. Yep. I stopped. Okay, sure. Holding.
Oh, no, I feel like we ended the last episode there. We'll start in the other room.
Nothing, Odelia. I'm going to get you some more tea.
Please.
Let's go in here.
Is my father okay? I last saw him behind a curtain.
I'm going to mute myself. It's going to take me a minute. That was...
Okay. Okay, so you
Marty's broken.
You did.
Just like a good reference.
You take Reed into another room. He's a little frog statue that is petrified. Vraska says, "What a waste."
Sorry, we kind of need some information from him. You might get to restone him if that,
It could buy us some time.
Promises.
It's always on the table.
How many times can I do this a day? Oh, I guess whenever I want, so that's fine.
All right. So,
Storm, she has to use her unlimited ability again.
No, it's art.
Yeah, I will greater restore. Now, will that also remove the curse? Will it happen in one fell swoop? Okay, we'll do both things, or we'll only do one thing at a time?
It only does
Marley's
one thing at a time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna de-orcus him if I can.
Great.
Where did
Shazam.
you put the frog?
He's right here.
Oh, isn't there the P? Doesn't the P get...
Don't worry about the P. Don't worry about the P.
He'll still be covered in P,
right
Ariel.
Here. It's your little brother right here in my hand. Little guy. All right, look, I'm going to pet his back. He'll be okay. And I'll gradually, greater restore him as I stroke his back. He turns into a regular frog, and then he pops into, being his brother.
Concentration's probably broken on the polymorph. So he's going to turn back into a regular frog and then immediately...
I step off. Okay. I have reflexes.
Otherwise, you're going to have a man covered in pee in your hand, is all I'm saying.
Whatever. He takes responsibility for his own pee. Look, if the pee came out of the frog, it went into my fur, which then became petrified. I precipitated it out. I thought we covered this.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm a cat. I'm very careful about my grooming.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So Shazam, Alakabam.
You're licking your pee balls? That's gross.
No, you are.
And I'm prepared with mind bullets, though I'm hoping to not need them.
As
right.
soon as
Telekinesis.
Reed pops into being a himself again, a human, an elf again, Marley would like to go over and slap the Orcus out of him with a greater restoration. It's a touch
Wow.
spell, y'all.
I know. I was
It
like
is-
massaging his shoulders, and you're like, whap.
Your brother.
Now
your
that
brother.
he's his elf again,
Wow.
Himself.
Imagine there's like a
Himself.
slap and there's like Orcus that comes out.
oh, what the hell? You don't have to be so rough.
Yeah, he gets slapped, and he kind of rubs his cheek, and he says, "What did I do to deserve that?"
You were a thrall of Orcus again. That's what.
The sword? No, the Raven Queen cleansed it.
Then why did you attack Hester and Father?
He kind of thinks for a second, and he says, "When?"
When?
I cast detect thoughts, by the way.
Just
not
nothing.
too bad.
Just empty.
Just
Head empty.
crickets. And some indeterminate elf girl in a bikini?
No. Oh, look at that.
Cool. It's par for the course. It's par for the course in there.
She's my girlfriend from the Feywild. She's a model.
Okay. I can read that you're lying.
I can imagine justification for attacking Hester, but your father?
He says, the Raven Queen took Fracture, cleansed it, as she can all sentient items. They all have a piece of her and the Shadowfell in them, and she gave it to me, stalling while I increase someone's volume.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. She gave it back to me as a gift, as a boon, a pact weapon.
Can I do some type of insight or something?
Sure.
To get a read. I know we detected thoughts, but
Just to get a read.
Yes, I would
on
like to
Reed.
actually have him make the save, Wisdom 16 as well. I'd like to dig deeper and...
or just do that. It's a 25 insight. I rolled pretty well.
No, you might have a better success than I am, even.
Hold on, he's a monster. Hold on a second.
Okay, he's a monster. Got it.
He
I
sold
don't
his sword. He sold his sword to a sword at least once, so...
Sold
can't
his
be
sword
very
to
wise.
Rock and Roared.
Yes.
BRB, I'm going to just shift my ear. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He will make his whiz save. He rolls an 18.
Okay.
So with Ariel's 20 plus though, you think you're pretty sure he's telling the truth, at least to his understanding. He doesn't seem very bright.
Marley,
though.
your brother is completely incompetent. That is
yeah.
my assessment.
Yeah, I knew
What
that.
the hell did I do?
Well, are we using the Unimind to communicate privately?
I intended to cast it as a ritual before we went, but as a ritual, I can do it as many times as I want. So, do you mind if we were to rewind a bit to say that I
Sure.
did that before this interrogation? Okay, then yes. And I'll simply do it again before we storm the castle.
We will Marley the castle as well, and we'll Ariel the castle, and we will also Hester the castle, as well as
Excellent.
storming the castle.
Good point.
Just saying.
Mhm.
But I was going to say, they may well be telling the truth because they may well have received the order from the Raven Queen. The question is the Raven Queen being compromised or not. And you know what I mean? So, like, Reed may be telling the truth. Yeah, they received it as this boon, supposed to be cleansed. Everything's on the up and up. Great, go out there and go in my service. But it's corrupt at the source. Perhaps the Raven Queen may have been influenced by the Galantir via, Veja via the corrupted Galantir, right? So,
Yes, well, I can't get a more accurate picture. Go ahead.
Perhaps we can remove his hands so he can no longer use a sword.
Oh,
you might need them.
We'll put that on the list.
Yeah.
I remember we talked about before I was feeble-minded, just during the appetizer. He was saying something about wanting to take up juggling, and that might really get in the way of that.
I never said that. Oh.
No, I can't get a better picture of it, but I can tell that he's as monoplicitous as his sister. I do think that is his memory of it. I'll do that inside and go ahead.
Can I ask Reed? Did you receive fracture from her directly, or?
Yes.
She looking alright? She wearing the same clothes?
Do you want to ask him
dye her hair or anything change?
Marley, do you want to ask him if maybe he was commanded to attack his father and Hester by the Raven Queen? Is that true?
Why? I still don't quite understand why he would attack father.
He says,
"Okay,
I have no memory."
Well, I mean, we didn't leave here on the best terms last time. I can,
He has no memory of that, right?
I don't remember doing that. I remember attacking you all at the Shadow Pyramid.
Oh,
that was rad.
Okay. Well, that's information. You remember being under the one dread influence, but not the other.
Oh no.
And the Raven Queen, when she bestowed the sword upon you, answer the question. She was more or less the same as you expect the Raven Queen. She hadn't cut her hair short, started wearing, kind of
really
dungarees
choppy bangs, and it just didn't look good. No,
super into the Nixie chicks.
Nice. She says, or he says. He says, no, she appeared as our matron always does. Either as a pretty lady or a bunch of sticks.
Hey, Ariel.
Yes. You would like to remove his hands then?
Not at this time. Maybe at a later time. That is never. But could you maybe like zone of truth real quick?
I'd be happy to. One of my favorites. I cast Zone of Truth. Do you need the flavor with it, Marley?
A what?
I will search those among you, and if I find briars and thorns growing, I will attack them. I will burn them up. There you go.
Jeez. I thought Mom was intense. He'll fail his save.
Yeah, I suppose I'm within it. I'll intentionally fail. I'm fine with that. Although, what would I have done?
It's a charisma saving throw.
I believe it is.
Lord.
Yeah.
17 if you'd like to make the check. Is the DC. Friends.
Yeah, I was going to intentionally fail it anyway, but I also unintentionally failed it if I wanted to do that. Although, do I benefit from your aura? Do I benefit from Jupiter's aura?
I don't think Jupiter's here.
Yeah, if you want to add a +5.
No, I'll fail. I do not need to be any more on Ariel's bad side. She is looking for excuses to cleave me in two. Yeah.
Marley wouldn't even think of passing.
Oh my god. Absolutely not.
Why
would you falsify information on an illegal form?
Yeah.
That sounds
on any
illegal.
form. I want to ask my brother, are you a shapeshifter?
No. I checked his spells just to make sure that it was that he wouldn't also pull a Marley and be like, well, technically, I can shapeshift, but...
no, I did like the last time we had a Zone of Truth where both Storm and Marley had to be like, technically, I can't.
Yeah, he says, I can turn invisible.
Didn't ask that.
But you're not aligned with the central goop in any way.
Why would you need a goop that's centralized?
That's not answering the question.
No. The answer is no.
Does Veja have a subtitle? Does the name Veja mean anything to you? Is it Veja the Wayfarer? Veja
the Watcher.
The one who sees from afar.
Yeah.
Can I be so?
It's really long and wordy. Just like,
yeah,
there are words for that, dude.
Yeah, the far-seeing, for instance, but whatever. Yes.
Oh, these are good. Keep going.
Does Veja, an Ibelman from the far plane, sound familiar?
He says.
I really wish I had any illusory spells, but I don't. So you're just gonna have to picture it.
He says, the name does sound familiar. I think Mother has mentioned him recently.
Okay.
I never
Anything
met him,
in his surface thoughts that recalls that interaction at all?
Yeah.
Mind you, he's already passed his save, so he doesn't need to give me anything.
Yeah, so, yeah, she mentioned, basically, like, while they were awkwardly having dinner one night, she mentions a new coworker named Veja.
What was the context of it coming
We're
up?
an Amway family now, she said, and...
Get out there and sell, or else you're not my son!
You get 10 more Ibelmen.
There's a pun here somewhere, right? Like, Veggie didn't see that coming.
Ooh, very good. Very good.
There's a better one in there. I just don't quite have it yet. Give me a minute.
I have to go lay face down in the creek. Forgot.
I think that's a different character, Marty.
Oh, yes. No, that one could survive.
Could I ask my brother, were you under the thrall of Orcus when you were wielding Fracture?
At some point, yes. This time, no.
What's your latest
control were you under?
I don't know.
What are your last memories of your father, if you don't mind my asking? Short of just now, looking at him just now, since you're comparing
dinner several nights ago when the night before I was presented the sword.
I see. Did he seem odd? Did he discuss anything in particular?
He spoke of an upside down funnel and how it would a real pear shaped scheme.
Right. Great prices for products around the world.
He says not perhaps stiffer than usual, but nothing else that I found off-putting.
Mind-wise, I will say, I think we can trust Reed more or less from now on, but he's kind of useless.
What?
Yeah, I'll say...
It's in my mind, Reed.
I'll say out loud, but also in my head, yeah, I think he might have just gotten bamboozled.
Which is even better because it's unprompted to Reed's perspective.
Oh, thanks.
Molly, you sweet bean. Okay.
4. Are we
Nice callback.
1.
3.
No, I was
Sorry.
3.
Oh, what? No, I was 3.
No, I was 2. That's right.
You were 2. See?
2.
Jupiter, say 5.
Are we 5? We are counting again?
It's just to get ourselves back in some kind of order, even if it isn't any kind of order. Right. So you, yes. Hester.
I would like to ask. Man, this is going to backfire almost immediately. But I'm going to ask Marley inside, where she will
In your
ostensibly
inside
answer
voice.
outside. Do you want to reveal to him that we plan on confronting the Raven Queen because we believe there's something amiss with her? Do you think there's any opportunity to make him an ally in this, or is he best not knowing? I'll take my answer off the air.
And by that I mean out loud.
Oh, gosh. Marley will say out loud and in her head, I think if he believes it's for her own good or no harm will come to her, that he would be an ally. If he thinks we mean her any ill will, then I believe he may defend her.
He is easily slain, is he not? I do not see how this is a problem.
How much of that was out loud, Ariel?
Oh,
Did I not do the...
Marley, someday someone's going to lie to you, and I can't stand to see what happens. No, well, yes. Does Reed have any response?
Just kind of looking at you all confused.
Read it for Q Elf. We do believe that the Raven Queen has become compromised, perhaps by a greater evil, or perhaps hasn't been great all along. I test that one out in the room.
perhaps might be a goop monster?
Could be a goop monster.
You all failed your zone of truth saves, am I
That is true, yes.
Because none of what you were saying sounds truthful.
Listen, Reed, we don't have time to explain everything to you, so we just kind of need to know, can A, you trust us since we're in a zone of truth and we literally can't lie, or B, do we have to turn you into a petrified frog again?
He looks hurt, genuinely hurt. And he says, I understand that you have gone off on your own journey and grown past this place and past us. But I cannot be dismissed so easily when you are talking about our God. You need to explain something.
Fair. Okay, how to summarize this? We brought a bunch of artifacts and stuff back the last time that we were here, including your fracture, including the blood crystal raven skull, and also a Galantir that had an eyeball man from the far plane in it.
Yep. Uh-huh. You have to speak truth, so... And you're Marley, so I know this all makes some level of sense. Go ahead.
That Galantir was broken, and we thought that it would be safe with the Raven Queen. Turns out there might have been a shape-shifting version of our dad here at the time that can kind of like copy everyone. That's the goop monster. That is it reports back to a centralized goop that we had destroyed, but hey, maybe we don't know what it's capable of, really. So we believe that the Raven Queen is in trouble because the Eyeball Man monster has been talking with Most Honored Mother about becoming a vessel for the Raven Queen, and also because the Raven Queen gave you a sword that she said was cleansed, but then you attacked Father without remembering it. So it just seems like there's a lot of suspicious stuff going on, and we want to go and talk to the Raven Queen about, hey, why is all this weird stuff happening?
All 100%
I feel like having Vraska petrify him would have been easier.
He says, I see. Hester, thoughts detected. He doesn't. What? No.
He does not see. No. I, Marty, also would like to fail my save in the Zone of Truth and say, I love this stream, by the way. What a terribly accurate recap that is nonsense. Said aloud.
He says, I will assist you if our mother and the Raven Queen are in danger.
Thank you. And I'm sorry if it sounded like I was trying to be dismissive of you. There's a lot going on all at once, and we're kind of on a time-sensitive situation because we don't know how much time we have until everything goes sideways. So
it's a real Coen Brothers situation. I understand.
Yeah.
Plus, you're her brother, and she needs you, man.
He looks at his side and he says, almost like looking at for a sword. He says, and I will figure it out.
What kind of fighter is he?
He's a Hexblade Warlock, and you've taken away his pact weapon.
Can he make another one?
Yeah, you give him an hour.
Sure, I think we can have breakfast while he makes his weapon.
Gotta go.
No.
What?
Okay, well, he can.
I was gonna make eggs.
I mean, he can still Warlock, so he can still Eldritch Blast.
I was gonna laugh if you were like, well, it's Soup's character's brother, so of course he didn't take Eldritch Blast.
No, he's the favorite, so he took Eldritch Blast.
Oh, he's the favorite.
God damn it.
I have a rapier if he wants to use it. No, it's fine.
Maybe.
Yeah, we can arm him up. Okay.
So. Oh, go ahead, Marty.
Well, I do believe there was still I believe I was on the side of have all of our enemies in front of us, so I still don't know that I object to bringing Odelia, or leaving my mother and perhaps one other, we have NPCs to spare, back with Odelia to keep an eye on her.
Can your mother take Odelia?
And or a eyeballman?
I believe my mother is capable.
In Odelia's current state, yeah. One-on-one normally? Probably not.
She's a wild sorcerer.
She's like a level 8 wild sorcerer.
So she can quicken the spell, maybe. Hopefully, she can do that one. But again, with backup, if we would rather take Jupiter than Reed, or we'd rather take Reed than Jupiter, if we'd rather take everyone, then we take Odelia too, and just accept that we might have to confront her as part of the bargain.
I think we should probably just go ahead and take her.
Sure. If there's any truth to be told or seen, it's best that she sees it herself. I think that would also be added value.
Marley, the Blackjammer's cutlass in your head says, Marley, can we trust Reed?
I think he's. I mean, we zoned a truth, and I think he might just have gotten kind of wrapped up in all this. I think he means well. I think he just means to serve the, our goddess and everything. So impress most honored mother. I feel like he's got some pretty base, goals.
And the sword. What will ye do with the sword?
I think the plan for right now is to leave it in a bag of holding.
If Reed says the Raven Queen cleansed it once before, could she not do it again?
I mean, I guess so. Are you looking for that for fracture or for you?
For fracture. Obviously, Reed messed it up.
Yeah, he probably gunked up the cleansing somehow, right?
Yeah, it was real. I won't say it. We're all thinking it. My iPad's reminding me of something that I didn't set until tomorrow. Thanks for the reminder, iPad.
Martin, what is your sword on about?
Just asking about fracture and the cleansing of fracture, and if we can trust Reed. Which you heard what I said, so
yes, yes, you dear summer child. Yes, we heard you clear.
And if fracture could be cleansed again, if need be.
I just swear it wasn't cleansed the first time.
Well, I mean, isn't it the Raven Queen that might need cleansing potentially himself?
Yeah, there's a lot of unknown.
Definitely. This is a mysterious situation. I'm very curious about this. Are we decided on our party?
There's one way to go.
I mean, everyone?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Everyone.
All right, so Jupiter spots Odelia.
Yeah, I think.
Who spots Reed?
So, the family up front. Us in support.
And you spot Reed, Marley, or?
Yeah, I mean, I can keep an eye on him.
All right.
I got mind bullets for everybody.
All right, then. I'll spot one, and maybe Ariel spot the other pair. Like we back up whoever's spotting the other family member, just in case. Look out for everybody. So I'll watch Marley and read, and maybe watch Mom and Dad. Maybe. Thoughts, feelings?
Okay. By the way, I did prepare Nistel's magic aura. If there's anything we want to look like anything else, let me know before we leave. It's not concentration, so that's sorted.
All right.
Well,
So we're going to do this.
I believe
so.
Got some false life. Here we go. Self some temps.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Right.
I could be doing that.
You can do that better once the shit goes down, right?
The totem, bear totem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can also give that. But I also have false life now that I'm a cleric.
Membership has its privileges.
All right. Ariel's ready to hack down anything, family member or otherwise.
Shit.
Okay. So you all head to the castle of the Raven Queen, which has a name that I forget.
I will be just doing counter charm, just so we have advantage on any frightened or charm effects.
Andrew, are there any NPCs?
Is its name Castle?
Castle? No.
Very good. Are there any NPCs that I'm not accommodating for that are coming with? I have Marley, Storm, Hester, Lily, Ariel, Jupiter, and Vraska. Also Reed and Odelia.
Yes. Slouch would go if you wanted him to, but he's a level 1 butler. So
yeah, no.
He has to prepare,
Someone needs to turn down
lunch
the bed.
for when we return. Right.
I will... Ooh, I'm a little worried about this, but I will include Reed, and I will cast ritually Rary's telepathic bond before we leave. So everyone but Odelia.
Reed changed the group chat name, he changes the color, the emoji set. Like,
No.
Look, just give him something. He needs something. It's great, Reed. I really love it. Totally metal.
Right, your SoundCloud, right there. Yep.
It's just if somebody's interested.
Great.
Why is it when I mind say 4, it comes up in weird font now? This is unacceptable.
So I'm pretty sure everyone but Adelia, but I will copy. I will CC Marley, Storm, Hester, Lily. That's me. Ariel, Jupiter, and Vraska, and Reed to be able to speak mind. And yes, then Reed hijacks the goddamn thread.
Okay. Okay.
You can boot him though, right? I mean, if you have to.
Do you get anything back for casting that cheese spell, or?
I don't. Is it divination?
What level is
goodness,
this?
it's divination.
Yeah.
But you're casting it ritually, right? Let me read.
Look, it just says when I cast a divination spell, so I will get my second level back from detect thoughts. As far as I'm concerned.
Hold on.
Features and traits.
That's pretty.
I believe you. I believe you. I really thought it was going to say when you spend a spell slot.
When you cast a divination spell of second level or higher, bitch.
Damn it!
Have I not cast a spell? Are you not infotained?
Ritual. Looking up the rules for ritual. I don't care, actually. I just think it's funny.
Sound off on that, Crawford.
Oh, that's the feet. I don't want the feet.
Jeremy Crawford has entered the chat. My police have alerted me to your impudence.
You're not a cleric.
Oh, hold on. When you cast a divination spell of second level or higher using a spell slot.
Oh.
Literally the very next words. I got very excited.
Oh.
All right, Crawford, you can leave the chat. I've respent my second level spell.
Jeremy Crawford would have, as always, said, "Did you read it all the way to the end?"
Yeah. Well, you can always read the whole rule if you'd like. Yes, no, I've read the whole rule, and yes, no, I do not regain.
Okay.
My cheese build will still rue this day. Do not worry.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
I roll initiative. I'm attacking Jeremy Crawford.
Get him while he's here. Shit, I target a lot of intelligence saves. I have a feeling that
He
a
probably
pretty
has
bright guy.
lair action, domain action,
Ooh.
mythic actions.
Walk away. Walk away.
Right.
Cut bait. Cut bait.
It's a worthy cause to fall to.
Just throw heat metal on his glasses.
Mm.
On his sweater vest, I love.
Oh, did we want to Nistel's magic aura or anything?
Oh yeah.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head very clever, but I think it's a very clever spell.
Well, right. I mean, if we want to appear as one thing or other, like if it's key to accept any undead creatures, great, or something. But we should be able to get in anyway, right?
Let's see. I want to make sure because before I misrepresent this, are there ways to make it so we all look like goop? Are there ways to make it look like we're all enthralled? Are there ways to make fracture look like it's still possessed?
I think it makes us look like we have a different creature type. I think that's how it works. Like if it'll make us look like a fae or a fiend or an undead or an aberration if we want to. Or
could somebody look like they are Veja?
Ooh.
I feel like I know that somebody might be
visually it will remain the same. Magically is where it will appear. So I think our best chance. Hold on, you change the way the target appears to spells and magical effects. Yeah, it's all detect creature types. So we can appear as different types, or I can make fracture look still cursed. That is assuming your sword's trying to tell us that we should give fracture back to Reed, which yes all swords. # yes all swords. I don't.
We haven't removed the curse on the sword, right?
But I can make it look. I can make any of us. I can make Adelia still look like she's fucking spaced out on Eyeballman. I can make Reed look like he's still possessed by an Orcus, or Fracture still cursed. I can make Jupiter look like he's a goop. Like I can.
Isn't Fracture still cursed? I thought Fracture is still cursed.
It's unclear.
I'm unclear what Blackjammer's Cutlass was trying to communicate. Whether it was a good idea or a bad idea to try to reconnect.
He only has good ideas.
Yeah, no, Andrew. This conversation doesn't involve you.
I'm not.
I feel like the one who is going to eventually lie to Marley is going to be the Blackjammer's Cutlass.
Eventually,
sad.
There could be some sword solidarity whole thing that we are wholly unaware of.
Yarr, he might deserve a second chance.
Or now's our chance, buddy. Swords unite. Dun, 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 you know.
It's just a light bout of patricide. Who doesn't understand that?
I think maybe making my family member appear as like the last state that she would have expected to see them in, if that makes sense.
All right, then if you can act kind of like disconnected and spacey, you're nailing it already. Great.
Huh?
Odelia is absolutely Odelia-ing herself. I think if I can make... I'm going to cast Nistel's Lying Aura on Jupiter to make him appear as if he's a goose or whatever it is that that creature type has been showing up as. Do I need to do better than that, Andrew?
No. Yeah.
You change the way the target appears to spells and magical effects that detect creature types, such as Paladin's Divine Sense. You choose the creature type and other spells. So, yes, if the Raven Queen looks at all magically, Jupiter should look like the worst version of Jupiter.
Okay.
Which I'm presuming is the last she saw him and approved and/or was replaced by goose monsters. Man, I don't know what you're doing, actually, and I'm excited for it. I'm proud of you, by the way. You've got me completely flipped upside down. I have no fucking idea what we're doing. I'm being told on the stream it says D&D, so I hope we're having fun.
This
All right,
is
let's...
technically Dungeons and Dragons.
This is technically Dungeons and Dragons. I cast Nestor's magic aura on Jupiter to make him look like a goose.
Yeah, did Marley's explanation of what we're doing not sound like D&D to you?
It recalcified what a fun time we're having. All right.
Okay. Okay. So you walk into the castle. Now, as I have described several times, as several different groups have come through this castle, when you walk through the entryway, there is this beautiful, large entryway made of what looks like a shattered mirror, all the way up and down. And when you look at it through different parts, you can see basically every event that kind of leads up to this moment. And if you look up, you can see a little bit into the future, kind of a little bit of what could happen from this. It's the web of fate, basically. And you all see all of these moments leading up to here. Ariel sees the fall of Avacyn, the church sort of disintegrating, and her trying to hold together like the only order that Innistrad has, killing the one of the evil necromancer twins, whose name I can't remember, the girl one, avenging her beloved. You see Storm getting on his first Spelljammer ship, the Ivory Finback coming, meeting the crew, going through many different adventures all together. Marley leaving the Shadowfell for the first time, joining the crew on the moon. Hester leaving Mirador. But looking up, your reflections simply end. You don't see anything in the mirrors at the top, where you know you should see something.
That seems not good, right?
Anything can happen.
Oh,
Stay frosty.
it's a very positive way of looking at it.
It's the only way we have to look at it. Anything less than that would be disastrous to our pursuits, I think. Onward.
Marley, ye can still turn back. We don't need any of these people. You and me, Marley. The ship's yours.
It's not a ship without the crew, though.
No, Marley. It's not a ship without her captain.
But what is a captain without her crew?
What is a crew without her captain? I think we be in a logical loop, Marley.
Listen, Blackjammer's Cutlass, as the captain, you know that I have to go down with the ship if that's the way it's going.
Propaganda, Marley. No, that's what they want you to think. That way, you can start a new life, get a new ship.
I can't abandon my family.
I respect that.
Whatever we're going to face it together.
Sorry, hold on just 1 second. Pardon me. Sorry.
Marley, make a charisma saving throw.
No, I just have to do. I have to do something unrelated to D&D very fast.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot of dice, Andy.
There we go. Okay.
Why are you writing so much? It might be useless, but I'm just going to cast Divine Sense. Use Divine Sense.
Okay.
Once you get done rolling your dice, which you're not doing. Sure.
Okay. So what does Divine Sense detect?
Well, detect. All right. Until the end of my next turn, I can see anything affected by the Hallow spell, and I can know the location of any celestial fiend and or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Okay. This place is hallowed to hell. It's a god's house, basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it glows.
You do detect a powerful celestial as well behind the doors in front of you, presumably the power of the Raven Queen. You don't detect any powerful undead or any other celestials.
Or any fiends.
Or any fiends, sorry, yes. No.
All right. We're heading the right way.
Sorry.
Anything else we need to do before we go in? I feel like this is like the scene in Final Fantasy 15 when you're like at the door about to go and fight like the final boss. Makes me cry every time.
Would you like to pick a picture?
Don't!
Sorry.
Yeah, guys. Liz asks, "Is there a save point?" There's also an ominous warning about, "Are you sure you want to go forward?"
That seems auspicious.
Going past this point will trigger the end of the game. Please make sure that you've saved if you need to save. This cutscene may take several hours.
God.
Please, that happens in 14 all the time. They're like, this cutscene is going to take a while. Make sure you set aside the time for it.
Go get a water now. Make a sandwich, dum-dum.
It could be the 3-hour cutscene that ends here. One of those. One of the Metal Gears ends in like a 2 to 3 hour cutscene. So.
Mm-hmm.
I want to double check to make sure my axe is not in airplane mode.
Okay. Yeah, you toggle it a couple times.
Is it ringing or buzzing or
comes back
anything?
to life.
It feels like it should be.
Oh, yeah, it warns you of danger? What does it do again? This is dangerous. What you're doing.
I think I turned it up.
The axe just goes, yeah?
I think what it is
Yes, you idiot.
you have
This
to
is
tear it.
obviously
You know
dangerous.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to calibrate it to the relative danger.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
just
turn it all the way
restart.
down and it's still buzzing. It's like something's wrong.
Something
it's
is
broken.
always wrong here.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to take it out and put it in my hand because I feel like it's appropriate right now.
That's probably a good idea.
Who's opening the door? Is that me?
So my counter charm going. I'll go in first.
Well, we're already in the hall of like mirrors. I would like to. There was a mirror that showed me a rather dreadful image of the last time I was just absolutely miserable to my mother. I think my previous time that I was here. And I would just kind of like to glare at that mirror just to see if that changed. Is it showing me the same image as how I got here?
Yes. For you, yes. However, if
Okay.
you kind of look at your mom's reflection, she doesn't even really remember that. She goes back to a different last memory of you, where it's all of you and your sisters together at the dinner table, and you're all laughing that your father has just disappeared and no one can find him currently. And then he comes back with some huge zucchini, and he's just like, the neighbor gave this to me. The neighbor will later tell you he was not trying to give it to him. He was just showing it to him. This is something that actually my father did the other day, where Krista showed him a zucchini, and he just took it and said thank you and put it in his car.
I was taking a drink, Andrew.
No, considering canonically your actual father is Hester's father, no, I will be quietly weeping for the next several rounds. I may be at a disadvantage at the beginning of combat.
Why is everything so blurry?
Someone cast blur!
If it's all the same to everyone, I'd like to go first if I can.
Oh, through the door? Sure.
Absolutely.
I'll spot you.
Okay. I guess I'll open the door.
Okay. Open the door. A chilly breeze hits you, and in between blinks, you hear the caw of infinite ravens. And where there is this weird little Blair Witch stick figure, fetish kind of thing, suddenly a tall and beautiful woman that you recognize as the Raven Queen stands before you and says, "What do you need, my champion?"
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Raven Queen that we've come to know usually only says mine.
She usually is not very talkative, no. Or correct.
Monosyllabic,
Yes,
usually.
I usually only
Cryptic.
have her say one or two words. I think the most she's ever said is, "What do you think?"
Yeah. Man, I wish as a druid I would have prepared Moonbeam.
If only.
How useful would that be?
Hold on, some paladins can get Moonbeam. Let me look if your dad has it.
I think he has had it in the past.
I think he has
It's
as well.
Ancients? Ancients has Moonbeam, is that right?
Jupiter. Ancients for sure has it, but it might just be a paladin spell. He has Moonbeam.
Mm-hmm.
Right, well, he's on
Stand by.
the back channel as well. Not that Marley should communicate that. She'll tell the Raven Queen the whole plan.
Moonbeamer now. No.
What?
Jupiter! Moonbeam!
Me?
That's his new last name, Jupiter Moonbeam.
Yeah.
You want me to
Catchy.
do it?
Jupiter, Cupiter, Moonbeam.
Jupiter. This is his maiden name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For when he placed with Iron Maiden.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's his Iron Maiden name. Oh, shit, that's a really good bit. I like that a whole
On the
lot.
Shadowfell, that's what they have. They have Iron Maiden names.
They have Iron Maiden names. Yeah. That's fine.
It's so stupid. I love it.
So Marley will pause for a moment and then bow to her. Yeah. Wasn't expecting her to say a full sentence right off the bat. It's really, really throwing me off my game.
She also referred to you as her champion, and I don't know if she's ever used that phrase before. You've been called an emissary before. Your mother is the Raven Queen's champion, not you.
Yeah.
She
Or
did get,
so
uh,
far.
Are we
you
in?
knew.
Are we in any sort of initiative order, or can we just do whatever?
No, you can just do whatever.
Sounds
If
like
I
we're going to be in
wanna
initiative
just-
order soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like
Well,
put you in initiative order.
If
but...
I want to do dispel magic, can I do that?
Sure.
The room we're in opens up a little bit.
Yeah, it's like a big staircase, and then it's kind of a Disney balcony looking thing
Okay.
that she always is standing on. And there's a cabinet of magic items.
Yep.
A couple big open like stained glass windows behind her that have a bunch of ravens all over them.
A damning graveyard of all of our streams behind her. Taking my mother by the hand, I would just like to kind of slowly start drifting away.
That's not part of the tour. That's not part of the tour, ma'am.
Bunch of, but yeah, just a little bit. Technically, I'm trying subtlety, but I don't think I'm pulling off subtlety.
What I would like to do is see if there's any sort of illusion or shape changing on this figure that's in front of us, and try to dispel it if it is there. So I should roll, unless it's third level effect, if there is any effect at all. If it's third level, though, it should be dispelled if it's such a thing as operant. But I can roll the check for you, and you can leave it mysterious.
Okay, yeah, roll the check.
All right. So that is it's charisma because it's spellcasting ability, and I add half my proficiency, I believe. So that is 2 + 7, 19 on the die.
Okay. Very briefly, the image of the Raven Queen flickers, and you see that fetish once again appear. The sticks with a little crown on it, but it's wearing like the same clothes as the Raven Queen, and she kind of cocks, and then it's back to full on pretty elf lady, and she kind of cocks her head to the side like a bird might, and looks at you just with one eye, Storm.
Okay. So when that happened, did I have a sense of like it being like an avatar? You know what I mean? Like a yeah, I think that's the term. An avatar rather than her true self, or
you don't think this is any kind of shapeshifter, or this is, you think that at most this is an illusion she puts on for guests.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an avatar of her.
But it is
basically.
likely her.
It is likely her.
Okay, great, good.
Just a stick monster the rest of the time. Or she just have stick monsters.
Don't judge.
Hey, are you a god?
Strategically
Hester?
placed.
Exactly. It's not easy being a god.
I think you know I'm not.
BNL is triple platinum. Are
Smash
you?
these sticks.
Are you?
I walk up with my axe. My axe does double damage to sticks.
What?
What?
I never said that. These are magic sticks.
I mean, it makes sense.
Roll initiative. You get a splinter. 58 episodes from now, your splinter's infected. Actually, I've been rolling a lot of checks back here. You can't sleep away a knife wound. I'm just saying.
That's right. That's right.
So her look at me, was there any sort of how dare you, or just more like, oh, you just did that?
Yeah, a little bit more like, I got my eye on you. Like, I know you did that. I get it.
Right.
But
okay. Right.
There's no immediate malice or anything.
Right. Okay. But I believe this is the Raven Queen.
You do.
Okay. I'm going to communicate that in our telemindo communication. It's her. It's the real deal.
But if she were a goop monster, can't they? All they can replicate equipment. Have we seen them replicating skills? I forget.
Skills, yes.
So
abilities too. So Moonbeam is really the thing we need, because that right? And that's a hostile action.
Yeah, I would say.
Right. Unless we somehow are like, hey, settle a bet. Like and it's okay to do that. Not likely though.
Hey, RQ, have you heard about this cool new thing called moonbeaming? Yeah, we're all going to put our hands in the moonbeam.
See what happens.
First one to take their hand out the woods.
Yeah. See who whooshes out the fastest. You in?
It's totally hardcore and metal.
We're gonna do
But Shadow Goblin said you wouldn't do it.
Metal riff on my lute.
I would humbly suggest, as one DM to another, that's a persuasion with advantage.
Oh wow! And then you're gonna do whippets outside the Circle K.
Totally, man.
Yo, I got a cracker in Easton.
The Shadowfell is probably all suburbs, and that's why it's so gloomy and terrible.
Almost certainly, yeah. A lot of dilapidated barns and sheds.
A lot of goth kids on bicycles, smoking cloves.
Just like home.
Well, Marley, do you want to? I don't know. You are her champion. But
And how are the rest of the family reacting? Are they doing anything at all? Or are they mostly...
Marley's dad is stoically looking ahead, staring at the Raven Queen. Kind of watching her, eyeing her watchfully. Nailed it. Mm-hmm. Reed kind of is looking like back and forth between Marley and his mom, like, oh shit. And Marley's mom just seems super out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that I'll say to the Raven Queen, you're champion? I did not know that I had received such an honor as to be called your champion.
She says, your quest. It earned great favor with me. I may accomplish many of my goals. And there is much else I can purpose you towards now that you have returned. Your family reunited. A family of great champions.
Yeah. So like what goals and what could I hope to help one such as you with?
She says, if you had to choose, Marley, which family would you pick?
God damn it, Andrew.
You know she's monoplicitous.
I suppose I would choose the family I've already chosen.
So you see the merit in choosing your own family.
I mean, I believe there's merits in both the family that you are born with and a family that you choose.
The family I chose was taken from me. I am the goddess of fate, and I seek to right a wrong in destiny, to rewrite a fundamental part of the universe, so that we never have to choose between families again. The one we are born into, the one we find. You can help me. I need but a willing host. Your mother volunteered?
Yeah. So about that. Yeah. What? How would a vessel help accomplish your goals? I fear I have not the ability to understand, but I'm trying my best.
You need not understand. They are divine matters.
Yes. But if I did, maybe I could help you better.
What does God need with a starship?
Thank you.
Sorry. Yeah, that's it. That's all that.
She says, "It is not enough that you do as I ask, that you trust me."
I suppose you make a good point there.
Your brother cannot help but say in his head, "Does she?" Yeah, I'm on your side, Marley. She does make a good point.
What's this about a lack of choice? Not being able to choose? Does that mean choice is removed?
All right, act like I'm pointing out some shard of mirror or another to my mother, but also try to put myself between her and the Raven Queen.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
Your mom's trying to like unsmudge a mirror. Come on.
Is there any, as we're talking, is there any activity in these future mirrors? Any flickers of anything?
Above you, no.
So the future mirror, like of what might happen, it's still dead.
Yes.
So we're still at some crux point where nothing is potentially decidable. to massacre a term.
Threshold.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Right.
As much as I do totally want to trust you, also I want to make sure that I can serve you in the best way possible. So if I do not understand what is being asked of me, how can I carry that out to the best of my ability?
Her face sours, and she says, "For now, the only thing you must do is let go of your mother." Hester, in your head, your mom says, "Wait, what?"
I squeezed her elbow. Just it's
Marley.
Wait, was it Odelia wasn't on the call, was she?
No,
no. Odelia's the only one who's
Lily.
not.
That was Lily.
that was
responding.
that was Lily's mom.
Oh, okay.
Hester
Oh,
Senior
okay.
is
Hester
Sorry.
Senior.
yeah.
I was
It's never
getting
not
mothers
confusing.
confused.
So
It's never
Marley,
not confusing.
if
Name your
you
whole family something very similar in both syllables and vowel sounds, and no one will ever mess it up.
if you want to fight this, I'm with you.
Agreed.
Marley will say out loud and end. Fight what?
For the right to party, of course. Shit.
Yeah, for right over here, mother is a thing.
19 deception, Andy.
The Raven Queen once again does the kind of cock her head to the
Shit.
side, staring at you, and says, "I do
This is
throw
big.
good parties."
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure. Yes.
No, but she is eyeing you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can distract her with a marriage proposal. What do you think? No?
Bit of a long shot there.
I don't
Got
know.
her eyes on a lady of pain. Yeah, none
I
of
don't
those
know.
things.
That's true. A cat. Anyway.
Raven, baby, if that's your first name, even.
Raven, baby. You and me. Think about it, kid.
Miss the Queen.
If you're nasty. You want me to give up my mother?
She has willingly given herself. Her family needs simply to let her go.
What's this about Vejra, though?
She pulls from underneath her robe the repaired Gallanteer, and she says, "My servant, he does my bidding. I am a god, and not so easily swayed." And she kind of contact juggles it and disappears it.
Cool.
Great. That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
We can
You
all
gotta
agree
admit,
that's rad.
yeah.
Yeah, holy shit.
I mean,
I'm
she's
How are you with
done a
devil
lot
stick?
of cool stuff, but that just takes the cake.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, shit.
Okay.
I need to go into the Spencer's Gifts and buy a farting piggy bank.
Buy a puffy hat that says Federal Booze Inspector.
Nice.
I'll say if she is to give herself willingly, I guess there's nothing I can really do to stop her. But I thought the goal was for us to not have to choose, to not have to give anyone up.
I feel like the sword's going to point out the logical loop again. Wait for it.
Marley, make a charisma saving throw.
Wait. But that's my dump stat, Andy.
Don't pick up talking swords. I don't know what's telling.
Well,
Hey,
you get a +5 from me, Marley.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Cool. I'll add that to my minus
What about-
one.
what about Jupiter? He's
Oh, do they stack? I guess
Oh
they
my
stack.
I
So-
don't know. Do they?
So plus
You rolled
10.
Oh, well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That'll give...
Plus 9. Plus 9.
Okay. So now we've got a math.
I don't think they stack, according to. But whatever.
I don't know if it's going to help.
I mean, if they stack, it's a 15.
It doesn't help.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to.
Okay. The Black Jimmer's Cutlass says, "I'm sorry, Marley, but I serve the Raven Queen." And in a pirate voice, just say you're cool with it.
Yar, I'd be cool with it.
Are we hip to what's just happened? Or not?
I mean, you heard her talking a pirate voice.
Yeah, and Storm, you've already been. We've already discussed this.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna cast Greater Restoration on Marley and try and pop that off.
Pretty sure that just works.
And yes, Jeremy Crawford, I believe, has stated that they don't stack.
Okay.
Not that that would have helped anyway, but oh wait, that you can benefit. Is there to? I will keep reading.
It might be if they're because certain different paladins have different auras, so it might be that you can benefit from different paladins' different auras, but
The
not if they're
effect.
literally.
You can be
the same
immune to
aura.
fear and also something else.
Yeah,
if,
if you
Right,
plus
exactly.
2 to damage or whatever.
okay,
Right.
and it's your game, Andrew.
One curse.
I could have a call. Yes.
I mean, it didn't help. I knew it wouldn't help.
No, it yes.
But at 5th level, it just works.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. Then I'm out of 5th level slots. I have 1 6th level remaining of the toppies. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So Marley is free. Are we in initiative then?
No.
Because the sword attacks? No? All right.
No, because the Raven Queen says. So, as
Shit, three strikes.
the Black Jammer's Cutlass might say, it is mutiny then.
Oh, shit.
Is the Black Jammer's Cutlass still in my hand?
That's up to you.
Well, I was gonna say, if it is still in my hand, I would like to, as soon as he like took me over, just like tears welling up in my eyes, and then when I get snapped out of the Greater Restoration, I'm just gonna throw the Black Jammer's Cutlass down to the ground.
Okay. As it clatters, you can feel Reed start to reach towards you, and the Raven Queen snaps. Storm, you were back in Neverwinter. Hester, you were at Great Plains University. Marley, you are in the Moon, the Tears of Saloon, and Ariel, you return to Innistrad. both the three Star Chasers, the main crew, you're immediately being bumped into by a bunch of people who are walking by. These are busy areas. Learning must be accomplished. Right. Crime must be done in Neverwinter. The moon business.
Certainly, there's some moon business.
The moon business.
Business. Moon.
You're like at the Moon Stock Exchange.
Go see a beholder about a drink.
Buy,
do martini lunch.
Drink.
Orange juice futures.
Orange juice futures. Pork bellies.
I clutch my books to my chest and.
So, do we have our like? Are we aware that we're shifted, or are we like?
Oh yeah, no. You know that you can feel that you've been banished from the Shadowfell, basically.
Oh, then.
And separated.
I don't.
You know what?
Act like an awkward team.
Planes walk right back into that chamber. And
yeah,
I got some. Ariel, if you try and access the Shadowfell, you can tell that you are being shunted from it.
Dormammu, I'm here to deal.
I will let people bump into me and just despondently stand there.
Time for the pickpocket, crying. Marley. I'm not there to warn you. Damn it, honey.
If you just needed money, you could have asked.
Does it feel like it's the same, like contemporary to what the year should be?
Yes, it feels like because seasons would have changed since you left to Neverwinter, and now it was kind of a dingy winter. And Neverwinter is actually nice in the winter, but you can tell it's spring, and it's kind of that. You can tell it just rained, and it's kind of that muggy early spring morning.
Right. I guess I'm gonna have to try and find some help from my old allies. Shit.
And not to embarrass you, but I did not go to Great Plains. That wouldn't even be my backup safety school. But
I'm sorry.
That's
where I went.
Yeah,
went there for a transfer for a semester. Like
that's where monks and orphans go. They
don't even think I'm a monk. They think I'm a paladin.
They think you're a paladin, and they keep trying to give you something to put on your stick. No, I went to one of the floating colleges.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It barely matters. But yet, I will certainly get out of people's ways enough to start assessing the situation. My mother's certainly not still on hand, right? Nope. I do have an office here. I have tenure. So I will...
You're going to your office?
That's where all my stuff is. I have a whole
There's a big
department.
pile of mail.
Right, I was going to say the door won't open because there's all this shit through the letter slot.
There's owl shit everywhere.
Another professor has been using it. Oh, I thought you were... Oh, crap. I just didn't want the adjunct... Because the adjunct... I got to share it with Professor Fitzwomen's, and I don't like them.
I understand.
Fitzwomen's.
But yeah, I will try to retreat somewhere safe, somewhere in between trying to establish if this is an illusion or I have been proper banished. I will need to look at calendars and I try and immediately assess time and date and things to see how proper fucked I am.
It's the 32nd of February, March.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy months and names.
Yes, absolutely.
Fantasy calendars are always a good idea.
Yeah.
You looking at a calendar, it is indeed the early spring, which you would have figured based on your travels is the correct time.
The 522nd of Bat March.
We've never been to each other's native areas either. We don't really know where each other are from. That way. We only know each other via starting our Spelljam. I want to find Moat. Moats always was the one I felt like most sympathetic towards me.
Yeah, that's probably a good read.
Yeah.
She seems like she would be the least mad at me for just
Exactly.
leaving.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You know, anything can happen. We're adventurers. Anyway, I'm back. I've got some stuff. I still have some loot in my bag, I think. I've got this bone sword. Fuck, I could sell this thing. All right. What do I could do?
Maybe don't sell the
rid of it.
evil bones.
Well, go to any Soren, maybe. I'll talk to Moat. I'll see what Moat says about it. Oh, I'm psyched.
Mhm.
Maybe he'll get...
A man with a robot hand appears and says,
Exactly.
I'll take that off your hand.
Oh, shit. It's him. I remember you. Are you serious, Andy, or are you joking?
No, he just has a penchant for buying dread artifacts if you don't give him the Raven Queen.
Yes.
Right.
We have a habit on the stream of giving all of our magic items to one person.
Liz in chat agrees that Moat would be the most sympathetic.
The most, right? I know. Nella's
Yeah.
gonna fucking pierce me with arrows.
It's just I wasn't kidding in that dream thing. Click.
I can lucid dream, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Bam, bam,
I am a fucking elf. This is how we sleep.
bam. You are fucking dead now that I know you're in town.
Every
I'm a cat,
night we
9
sleep,
lives.
we time travel.
See if my kind of devout religiousness will pay off and I'll have extra lives. We'll see.
Okay, so Storm is going to try and go find Moat. Marley, are you doing anything? Or are you just letting everybody bump into you and hey, I'm walking here?
That's so Marley.
Little horde of goblin children are on a field trip, kind of swarm by you.
Yeah. There's a lot of just not being able to process anything around her. Just she thought she was gonna go and face whatever it was, everyone together, and was kind of betrayed and then separated from everything she thought was her safety net. So, yeah.
A D&D party's one weakness, splitting it.
And now she's on this fucking moon that she has no idea. Is she... Because I imagine, as a Shadar-kai, and even one who has struggled with, I guess, her connection to the Shadowfell as a Shadar-kai, but has recently come to kind of accept it, but she's always kind of felt a connection to the Shadowfell in some way. Does she feel that now?
No.
So that's another, just this feeling that's always kind of been there, whether she's understood it or accepted it or not, is now gone also. So yeah, I think she would just be feeling very lost and not really knowing what to do. Just not really being able to process any of what's going on.
Ariel, is there anything you would like to... You can just leave again. Raven Queen probably didn't realize that, but you have been separated from Vraska.
Yeah, she's not too happy about that. Her first thought probably would have been to get right back to the Shadowfell, to get back to Vraska, and being shunted away. Probably her thoughts go to the well-being of Vraska and where she might be, and then where am I? I think the only thing I could think is her quick assessment. Maybe there's a memorial, maybe some kind of general memorial or something in Innistrad when the church uprising occurred and and her old love Cephas was killed, maybe she'd probably seek that out just to make sure that, like the time and the place is what she would expect it to be. Like, is this actually reality?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can
just start thinking about where to go next.
Right.
Like, how could I get back to Veraska? How could I get back to some of these other people that I might want to go back and...
give me is wisdom or intelligence higher for you?
Wisdom.
Okay, give me a wisdom check.
I like how Ariel's way of telling time is have all these terrible things happened yet?
Yeah, has this terrible thing happened here?
Is this grave here yet?
This is reality. This is, yep. I feel the pain again.
Everybody else looking at all the seasons. Ariel, yeah, I mean, is this memorial up yet?
Yeah, there was a mass murder here. Yep.
Good. Checks out.
Everything's normal.
People are really sad. Yeah. This seems like Innistrad.
Innistrad's a great place. Look for Innistrad. Hey,
I rolled a natural 19, which means I have a 20, a dirty 20.
You have heard Vraska mention the plane called Ravnica before, and you think that is where she is from. Mm-hmm. So if you were sent to Innistrad, perhaps she was sent there. Now, finding her on Ravnica, it's a whole giant city of a planet, so would be difficult, but it's a better start than not knowing where she is.
Well, I look deep inside my shadowy heart, and I planeswalk to Ravnica.
Perfect. Ariel.
As long as you guys don't do the whole thing where, like, you planeswalk to her and she planeswalks to where she thought you were going to be.
When you're lost.
You don't know how many times that's happened to us.
Yeah. No, I told you.
But is it like the Umbrella Academy meme with the two cars passing?
Yeah.
And you guys are like,
I said, meet at the Orange Julius. Gosh.
Once you start planeswalking, you can't stop. So then
it's
right. That's right. Oh, yeah.
Then you get to the other place, and you're like, all right, now do I wait here? Is she going to come back, or should I go? And then it happens again, and you're like, oh, no, I'm definitely...
Yeah, you both wait like 5 minutes.
Well, she's clearly not coming. Like, oh, come on!
Yeah.
But yeah, you...
you're in the Raquette's line behind Jace Manstrong, or whatever his name is.
It's Bella.
Jace Manstrong.
You're thinking of a Johnny Goldsmane. You planeswalk in this swirl of white and black light, stepping forward, and before you is a expansive fantasy Magitech city called Ravnica. Available now in the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. Also,
on D&D Beyond, it's never been easier.
It's never been easier. Also, a bunch of magic sets, although none of them are standard currently. Okay. Hester, is there anything else you would do before we wrap up this episode?
Unless you were fucking around, is my office actually occupied?
The person quickly leaves, but they have been embarrassed. But they were Professor Harmonium is been squatting.
Then no, what I need is some high level shit. And I'm either in a dream, or I've been banished or shunted or otherwise kicked out. So I will go to Senior Professor Clairvoyance. I just looked up my character backstory. I will go to her office for guidance. Head of the Divisionation Department. Or actually, I think the Divine of Divisionation.
Was she born in Gotham City by any chance in the Silver Age?
Yeah, absolutely.
She cut her hand open on a radioactive crystal ball.
Yes. So I go see Madame Xanadu.
Okay.
And all we want to do is roller skate.
You went to the good university then, so she's probably actually serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Um,
On Mirador, the names are silly. The roles are serious.
Yes. Okay. Well, we will pick up there next time. In episode 49, Split the Party.
It's amazing. I just did not expect this in the least.
No,
I did call the Black Jammers was betraying me, though.
Yeah.
I said it early in the episode. All
The pirate
swords
sword.
are controlled by the Raven Queen. All sentient weapons.
I heard that.
Yeah. Yeah. I should have listened.
What's it called? Split the party?
Split the Party.
Yes.
Oh, also, your clue was he didn't say yar. He still talked like a pirate, but he didn't start every sentence with yar, Marley.
That is true.
Oh,
Did notice the
damn it.
lack of the yar.
I actually said yar once, and I kind of had to stifle it because I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to say yar.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, I did notice it, but I figured he was just being self-serious or something.
No, as Andrew can attest, I immediately messaged Timothy to be on the watch out for this fucking sword, because I knew you were speaking out loud, and that was enough to be sus of like, no, that sword's fucking with our girl.
Yep. No, I had it ready. And, wow. So, we're in a bit of a pickle.
A little bit.
Are we going to get any guest players next week, Andy?
I have not asked anyone if...
Well, this is all spur of the moment, obviously.
But if Ariel would like to return, she's more than welcome to, although I think that is also a very good place for her to kind of go off for
it works either way. That's a very good switch.
But yeah, if any of the other bar crawl would also like to join, we can talk about that later.
We can have a PvP episode. It'll be great.
Liz, go whistle up the group.
I don't know if you want to call Nella. I don't think it's
Vinny will come out of retirement with his fucking.
I have an
crowbar.
annoyed and damp cat that can make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I will see. Hava is definitely on the list, but I have to talk to Moat first.
Yes.
Like,
No. You want. In order of people willing to forgive me, Moat start.
Yeah. Well. Yes.
Well, I was going to say, I believe the last we left off, Moat was with Nella. Because they were raising cheapers together so that they could...
Well, but, I mean, certainly time has passed.
My way-in is cheapers, obviously. Cheapers first.
Message Jeepers.
Message. Cheapers, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while.
Cheapers is like a full-sized...
Great.
Was it a hippogriff or a griffin?
Hippogriff, I believe.
Hippogriff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, hippogriff, yes. Because that's the jerk who killed my hippogriff.
Yeah.
That's the jerk who killed my hippogriff, yes.
Ah, what was that episode?
That's episode like 2 of Bar Crawl.
Yeah. Goodness. It's crazy. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Great. I'm down.
Okay. Outros and plugs. Timothy.
Hi, I'm Timothy. Wow, what an episode. Meow. That's all I gotta say. Meow. Wow. Be good to each other. Beat the heat. Let's, all take a second to check ourselves if we get a little edgy in the heat. I think it's easy with this humidity and the anxiety about climate change and stuff. But let's stay frosty. Let's be cool. Let's be cool to each other and be cool to ourselves. Anyway, big love. Meow.
Cece.
Hi, I'm Cece, aka Soup, aka Soupsica. I've been Marley tonight. I'd like to plug our stream because this was great and also the worst, but also great.
That's what I strive for every episode.
It's working.
Awesome. Garrett, thank you for being here. Yay.
Hey, anytime. I'm happy to join in. I'm happy to get, pulled into Innistrad. Ariel would show up, but she doesn't care about you as much as she cares about other people. So, she is who she is.
I think that's fair.
I get it. I would go after Vraska too.
She's pretty cool, everybody.
She's pretty rad, especially in that pirate outfit. I keep trying to work in a way for Marley to copy the pirate outfit, but
Well, now that you lost your pirate sword, though,
the pirate game is starting to get a little sour, I would think, right?
You're still Captain Marley. But Garrett will be back on Sunday for Dragon Lords.
Oh,
woo!
That's quite an odyssey we're on.
Oh, the Dragon Lords.
Boom. Boom.
And it's a real odd. Let's see. That's how I run it.
It is that.
That's all.
Bunch of weirdos. And Marty.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you come in there. Now is the perfect time to like and subscribe and ding bells and do all the things because...
Hey, sorry, Marty. 100 subscribers. The triple digits are there, right? On YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody go and look. I saw it the other day. I'm pretty sure it happened.
Yep.
Womp, womp, womp.
We are over 100 subscribers now. I think we have 101.
Really?
Last I checked, yep.
Hell yeah.
On YouTube. Yep.
Well, then, subscribe to Laughing Dragon Inn 101. It's a beginner's course. It's pretty easy. It's pass or fail. You can audit it. But you still need to interact with the screen. So, subscribe, do all the things I said, make a comment, dislike. It actually doesn't matter to the algorithm. Whatever you do, interact. Use that free Amazon shit you have, and just give yourself a chore every month to resubscribe to our channel on Twitch. Do whatever it takes. Just what's your mother's maiden name?
Iron Maiden name.
Iron Maiden name.
What's your mother's Iron Maiden? That's much better. I'd like to take it again from the top.
From the top.
Pick up.
Back to one. Everyone
What's
back
your
to
mother's?
one. Okay.
Yeah. Better energy. Good times. All
Faster
right.
and more intense.
What's your mother's Iron Maiden name?
Right.
So yes,
I like it. After all this time, we're finally at a freshman level.
he made it.
Yeah.
Freshman level entry.
You too can have Laughing Dragon 110 if you go get just 9 of your friends. It's an inverted pear-shaped scheme.
You get more content if you get more friends.
That's right. Recommend it to 9 of your friends. They recommend it to 9 of their friends. Eventually, we've taken all of your money and you die poor and destitute in an unmarked grave.
Ooh.
Well, we go into space in giant penis ships.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am for sure going there. Andrew, take it from there.
Thank you, Dale. Subscribe. Did the thing we just asked. Subscribe with Prime Gaming. Perfect.
Hey.
Dale,
Hey.
gold,
Now you've got the Gary.
absolute ace student.
Uh,
Is that Dale _ria?
Dale _A.
I'm sorry, it's pronounced not to embarrass.
Oh,
you, it's
underscore.
Dale
I
_ria.
understand the joke
Yeah,
now.
no.
Score.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey, Dale.
Sardinia _
God.
Okay. Outros and plugs. I'm Andy. This has been the Star Chasers. Join us next week for Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, as mentioned, on Sunday. Pardon me. And thank you so much, Dale. And Wednesday is the first episode of Gracefall, which is terribly exciting.
Graceful. What's the graceful? I actually don't know the song.
You're nailing it. We did get Adele.
Every episode
cousin
to start with you
to-
doing that, Andy. Marty.
I'm just going to take that clip.
Wait, the subscribers just went under 100. Like,
Wow.
Wait. Oh, wait. Now they're dropping.
I'm out.
Wait, what's happening?
Hard out.
wait. Oh no.
Um,
Well, all that work. Oh well.
Oh, well.
But yeah, that's it. Play D&D with your friends or other role-playing games. There are so many great ones out there. be kind, stay cool, and have a good night.
Friends? Oh.
Yay.
You don't even need friends for some of them.
True. You can stay cool on your own.
You don't. They're a solo
We're
RPG.
leaving
What are you
it.
doing
Just
here?
get a bag of ice and put it in
Get
your
up and
chair,
go
put it in
play
your
a
lap.
game.
Stay cool on your own.
Play D&D with your friends, or don't.
I'm not telling you what to do. Have a good night.
You don't need them. Are you the Black Jammers
Good
Cutlass?
friend.
Oh my gosh.
Look what happens when you play with friends.
Solo adventures.